Guys, I was wrong. I'm actually going to come out and admit that I was wrong. It's been a few weeks since my video talking about The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time remake, and that video, let me tell you, that was a gut check. But no, this was probably the first time that I made a video where I just let my emotions get the better of my judgment. And my judgment, I thought, was really good. Let me break down to you why I was wrong, why The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time is actually a really, really great thing for the Switch 2. I wasn't saying it wasn't before. What I had a problem with before was the reveal. But let's talk about all this more in depth and just talk about the Zelda Ocarina of Time experience, what we could see with this game moving forward. So I was wrong. Let me say it again, I was wrong. I'm not going to be that guy that's just like going back and forth and, oh, just taking his takes back a little bit. No, I made a take, people didn't like it, and I actually think that those people were right. Let's talk about what my logic was. Even in the first few seconds of that video, I think it was very clear what my logic was. I'll talk a little bit about why I think that video was so problematic for so many people and why many people didn't even watch it. So one of the first things I said in that video was that the problem was the reveal. Not the game itself, but the reveal. I was trying to make the point that the reveal was way too little for how short of amount of time we're gonna have to wait for this game. They confirmed at the end of the trailer it's coming in 2026. This year, folks, it's June. Okay, so in my mind, I was like, how in the world can you give us a tiny baby teaser of this game when we already knew it was coming because of leaks, and not give us anything more and say, okay, it's coming in 5 months. How do you do that? I put a lot of thought into that argument, even though I knew it was emotionally charged. I thought it was also very logical, and there are still some parts to that I would agree. I do think it is definitely odd, and I think it's just weird for them to reveal a game that close to its actual release and not to show us more. Technically, that we have seen that before with other games. We've seen that before from Nintendo, and Nintendo is known for being the kings of left field. They're known for doing weird and just non-normal things, non-traditional ways of marketing, non-traditional everything, because they believe in themselves so much. They believe in their products, they believe in their games, and they believe that no matter what they do, they will be able to succeed because they believe their experience is second to none. Is the reveal so weird? I still think it's weird. I still think it's very, very odd. Was I excited for this game? Of course. Was everyone and their mother excited for this game as well? Absolutely. TikTok is not a platform I see many Nintendo creators on. I don't see a whole lot of Nintendo TikToks. Maybe it's just my algorithm, I don't know, but I am a very big Nintendo fan and I would love to consume more content. But lately, from that reveal, I have seen so many TikToks about millennials coming out of nowhere and just hearing the Ocarina of Time, just like hearing all of these different melodies, and people are like, oh, now I have to get a Switch 2. This game is huge. My grievous error was not in the fact that I was talking about it being weird, that the timing was off, because I still think that that is the case. I think it was weird and that they probably could have done a lot better if they had actually revealed it earlier. But the problem with that is that what's the point of a reveal? What's the point of marketing a game? It's to sell it. It's to get it into the hands of buyers, to get people to buy that game and to buy your console in turn. They're doing that. Ocarina of Time is doing that. Zelda is such a big deal. Ocarina of Time is such a big deal. It was a genre-defining game. The only 99 on Metacritic that still exists, I believe. My focus was that the reveal was odd. It was odd. It was very strange. I think we can all agree that within 5 months of this game's release, revealing it is odd. And maybe it'll get delayed. Maybe I will end up being correct in saying that it's very abnormal, and they'll just say, sorry, we have to push it off to next year, especially with GTA 6 coming out November 17th for $80 full. But it doesn't matter. I think I'm realizing it doesn't matter. And it's not that I didn't think that in the previous video, but that is the main point of revealing anything, of giving any sort of marketing, any sort of Nintendo Direct. It's to get you to buy the stuff, and people are going to buy it in droves. This is going to be one of the biggest successes Nintendo has ever had. I don't think we've really seen a game on the Nintendo Switch 2 really have long legs yet, and I know it's literally only been a year. Mario Kart World is the only game that has really sold exponentially with its growth in terms of how long the Switch has been. Donkey Kong Bonanza sold like 3 million and fell off a cliff. Pokemon Pocopia probably will have longer legs, but we just haven't seen a lot of games come and go and just continue to sell. This game will. Throughout the entire life of the Nintendo Switch 2, Ocarina of Time remake will get bought because people will always want to play this game. They will always want to play it in this new style and on this new hardware. So I think I was just wrong and not even making a good point about talking about how weird it was. If that's all I was talking about and just saying it's weird and that's it, rather than being upset about it and chastising Nintendo for it, that would have been okay. But because I was so angry and was like, this is so not the way to go, that is why I think I was wrong. People are going to buy it. Ocarina of Time is going to be a huge success. And if you're watching this video and you saw that first one, I just want to say I'm sorry, because another aspect of that video that I really think didn't sit well with people was that not only was that concept a little bit teetering on the edge in terms of making fans upset, but I think my thumbnail was also a little bit clickbaity in a way that I don't think is great, because I think you have to clickbait because that's the point. You're trying to get people to click on your video. But clickbait, the word, has a negative connotation. In that video, the way I put it was like, I think people might have seen that I said terrible or like bad or whatever I put and thought that I meant the game itself. My whole point was that we didn't see anything and we can't judge the game, but I think people went in with a really negative attitude because they saw that I was pointing towards Link, that I had a weird like face, and I was saying that this is bad. They see that image and they clicked on it, they disliked, they left a hate comment, and they went on their way. And yeah, I gotta own up to that. That's my bad, because if I'm going to talk about something as sensitive as the topic I did, I have to make sure that I'm also marketing it with my thumbnails in a way that is appreciative towards the community, because that's the whole point, is to create a discussion to where we're all happy and we're all talking about something. And if we're not happy, that's fine, but like the point is just to get us engaged in a very productive way, and it felt very, very unproductive. That video did decently well for my channel. Like, I don't think grifting actually sells anymore. Last year it absolutely did, but I see so many grifting channels are totally dying out now, and the people who actually had valid opinions that weren't grifting for the sake of grifting, they're staying afloat and they're just continuing on like they were. So yeah, Ocarina of Time, it's gonna be a great game. It's gonna sell like a ton of copies. People are gonna continuously buy it, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they shadow dropped it. I would still think that that is crazy, but it wouldn't matter because people would go and buy it. And to be honest with you, this might end up being a really, really good thing, because as I was hinting at earlier, what are we gonna see in this game? Well, the way we saw Link was very indicative towards what I think they're trying to do with this game. The way the environments are around Link are a little bit more realistic than what we would have normally seen in other games. It's very Twilight Princess-esque, but then you see Link and he's sitting there and he isn't super realistic. Like, I know a lot of people are trying to say that he's super realistic. He's not. He still looks like a cartoon character. He doesn't look like a real human. So they're kind of trying to go for the characters being a little bit more animated and the world being more beautiful and vibrant and a little bit more on that realistic side, even though it's still very much like a cartoony world. People forget, I think, that the original Ocarina of Time was actually very dark, and that the Ocarina of Time 3D and 3DS actually brightened up a lot of that. I was not able to play those games. I was not around. I was not old enough to play those games at the time. In the 3DS game, I could have, but I just didn't. I didn't know about it. So most of my opinions about this game are coming from me seeing other people talk about it, and also just seeing a ton of gameplay of it, and just knowing a lot about the Zelda series in general. So I think the environments are going to look a little bit more realistic than we've ever seen before, and that the characters are going to be less realistic. And that is a really good style. I think the style is good. But again, I'm not going to judge it. I'm not going to make any sort of opinion on it because we've not even seen Link's full face. So that's the game. I could talk more about it and speculate about it, but you guys made it very clear that I didn't play the game, and so you don't want to hear about it. Okay, cool, got you. I'll wait till there's more footage to analyze and talk about it then. For now, I think this actually might be really, really good for Zelda fans moving forward, because this is Zelda's 40th anniversary, and I expected and predicted there to be a Zelda's 40th anniversary segment in that direct, similar to Mario's 40th in last September. Now, because this reveal was so short and we know we're gonna have to see more of it, a lot more of it before its release, let's say it comes out in late November or December. I really think it's gonna be November, but December is possible. Let's just say December is the latest. Okay, well then if it's the latest, then it's okay if they wait until September to give us a big reveal. That's one possibility, is that in that Nintendo Direct, to open or to close, probably to close, we would see way more footage, a big full reveal trailer of Ocarina of Time. And even historically, if you look back, I look at Tears of the Kingdom, it had a very quick little reveal, and it showed us a lot more footage, sure, but that didn't end up being footage that actually happened. Like, they showed us walking through the cave and going through this big journey, and in the actual game, that is only like 2 to 3 minutes. Then with Breath of the Wild, they showed us a very quick cinematic. They didn't even show us any gameplay, and then we've just seen the Zelda team be very, very conservative with their reveals, and then give us more as the time has gone on. Tears of the Kingdom had like 4 different trailers, so it makes a lot of sense that they would want to give us an initial teaser to blow everyone's mind, and it did. The game is going to sell well. It has millions of views, but yeah, it could be at the end of that September Direct, and we see way more of it then. Another option that I find much more intriguing and much more something I'm hoping for personally, but it could also just be very realistic, is that we get a Zelda's 40th anniversary specific direct where we see more about this game, we see more about potential ports. Maybe we get that finally Twilight Princess on GameCube, or as a total different port, Wind Waker as well. That could also come, if not on the GameCube, it's already there. They could show us more about the movie, show us a lot more fun stuff. They could show us so many different things. They could give us like a 10 to 15 minute presentation for Zelda's 40th, and that would be so great. And then the third and most unfortunate possibility that I really think is actually on the table is that they just shadow drop a trailer. There's a chance they just shadow drop. I don't want that to happen. I really hope it doesn't happen, but there is a chance that we wake up on a random day in October and they shadow drop the full trailer for this game. There just is. The other thing that I really want to talk about very briefly is that the pre-orders didn't even go live. Kit and Krista were talking about this on their podcast. They drummed up all this hype, all of this hype. Everyone was so excited. TikToks, millennials, everyone's coming out the wazoo to see this trailer, and you can't even pre-order it because you didn't show us more. So that's kind of frustrating. I would like to pre-order it, and they could have probably gotten way more sales otherwise, but maybe they'll still get those sales with that big reveal. You know, if they give us a huge trailer, people are still going to come back. What are people going to do? Oh, I was interested, but then I saw more. No. The more you see, the more you're going to be interested. So Nintendo will be fine, and they know that. And as far as leaks go, I don't know. I reached out to Nate the Hate. I might make a video on this, and he did not get back with me, but I wanted to interview him and just let him talk about everything and why he does what he does and just figure out what's going on in his head. But leaks are unfortunate. They're a part of reality now. I think Nintendo does take some blame in this because they can't keep it down. But I also think that if no one was even trying to leak it, then there wouldn't be a problem, and this would have been way more exciting because it would have been something out of left field. So I don't know. Generally speaking, I think leaks have gotten to a point where it's probably a little too toxic. It's not very fun to go into a direct and know that the only announcements we saw were all leaked. So that's all. I'm not going to make a super long video. I said a lot of my opinions about the game itself and just shared about how like I can't give you any because we've not seen any yet. So I'll keep it brief. That is my video. That is everything I wanted to talk about, and I was wrong, and I am here to say I was, and I apologize to the community if I made people upset, made people unsubscribe or whatever. I was very emotional on that moment, and I probably should have taken a little bit more time to make a concrete opinion about it. But for now, tell me what you think about Ocarina of Time. What do you think about this video and just all of my thoughts from this last one into this one? Make sure you like and subscribe if you did enjoy. Click the notification bell so you never miss a video, and make sure you join my membership program, a few bucks a month, to get early access to some videos and be able to also just get some cool perks. If you did enjoy this video, if you want more context, click on the left side of your screen to see my very emotionally charged video talking about that game, Ocarina of Time and its reveal, and click on the right side of your screen to see my video breaking down every single shot in Xenoblade Genesis. Hey, make sure you have yourself a phenomenal day. This has been Ray's Nintendo Talk. I have been Ray, and I will see you all in the next video.